How do you find sincere emotion in Shakespeare's sonnets? Imagine reading a poem that makes you feel something real, something you can almost touch. That's what Shakespeare's sonnets do. They show feelings that seem genuine and true. When you look at these poems, you want to notice how the poet shares his feelings openly. For example, some sonnets talk about love with honesty, showing both happiness and pain. That mix makes the emotion feel real because life is not perfect or simple. One way to spot sincerity is to pay attention to how the speaker talks about feelings directly. Sometimes, Shakespeare's sonnets reveal raw emotions, like longing or despair, without hiding behind fancy words. For instance, in Sonnet 29, the speaker feels low and jealous but then finds hope through love. That shift shows real human mood swings. Another sign of genuine emotion is how complex the feelings are. Shakespeare's speakers often feel torn, loving someone but also doubting or hurting. This contradiction makes the feelings more believable because real people often feel more than one thing at once. When you see these mixed emotions, it's a sign that the feelings are sincere. Look for how the sonnets address someone personally. Shakespeare often writes to a fair youth or a dark lady, making the feelings more immediate. When the poet speaks directly to someone, it feels like a real conversation, not just a poem. That personal touch makes the emotion more convincing. Poets also use metaphors and comparisons that seem to connect deeply with feelings. For example, in Sonnet 24, Shakespeare compares his beloved's image to something painted on his heart. This kind of poetic device shows heartfelt devotion, blending cleverness with genuine emotion. The themes of love in these sonnets are varied, sometimes idealized, sometimes painful. This range shows that Shakespeare is honest about love's many forms. When a poem explores love's joys and sorrows, it feels more authentic. Sometimes, the speaker admits to self-deception or doubts about love. This vulnerability adds to the truthfulness of the emotion. It's not just about perfect love but about real human struggles. Love's endurance despite hardships is another sign of sincerity. Sonnets like Sonnet 116 talk about love staying strong through storms. That steadfastness makes the emotion believable because it reflects real commitment. Finally, some sonnets reveal inner conflicts like jealousy or sadness. These feelings show the poet's psychological depth, making the emotion more realistic. So, when you read Shakespeare's sonnets, focus on the tone, the mood changes, and the personal language. Notice how poetic devices serve to deepen feelings rather than hide them. These poems show love and human experience as complicated and sometimes painful, which makes their emotion feel honest and true.